everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today we're journeying deep into the African rainforest
Oh, yeah.
to uncover the world of the forest elephant. And trust me,
Okay.
even if you think you know elephants, these rainforest giants are going to surprise you. We're pulling some incredible facts and insights from pasted text, so get ready for some serious aha moments.
Oh, it's amazing, how much we still have to discover about the natural world.
Yeah.
When we think of African elephants, we often picture these vast herds roaming the savanna.
Right.
But did you know that there's actually another species?
What?
Equally fascinating, but often overlooked.
Really?
The forest elephant.
Two different species.
Uh-huh.
Whoa, okay, you've officially blown my mind.
Right.
Here I was thinking an elephant was an elephant.
Yeah.
So what sets these forest elephants apart from their savanna cousins?
Well, for starters, they're like the more compact, agile version of the African elephant. Imagine a savanna elephant shrunk down to about 6.6 to 9.8 feet tall.
Right.
That's about the height of a small bus, or, 2 to 3 average-sized humans stacked on top of each other.
Okay, I'm starting to get the picture. But besides being smaller, are there any other, clues that would help me spot a forest elephant in a lineup?
Absolutely. Their tusks are a dead giveaway.
Oh, really?
Forest elephants have these straighter, thinner tusks that point downwards.
Yeah.
They're perfectly designed to navigate, the dense undergrowth of the rainforest.
Oh.
You can picture them kind of weaving through tangled vines and branches, almost like a fencer clearing a path.
Wow. Those tusks sound more like precision tools than weapons.
Right.
Which makes sense. They've adapted to a totally different environment than those wide-open savannas.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, where exactly do these rainforest dwellers call home?
They inhabit the dense rainforests of Central and West Africa.
Okay.
So you're looking at countries like Gabon, the Republic of the Congo, Cameroon.
Okay.
Think, lush landscapes teeming with life. Sadly, their range is shrinking because of deforestation and human activities, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, that is disheartening to hear that, their habitat's under threat. Whenever I think of rainforests, I immediately think of biodiversity.
Oh, yeah.
Just that incredible variety of life.
Right.
I'm guessing our forest elephants play a pretty important role in kind of keeping that ecosystem thriving.
You bet they are a keystone species.
Keystone species.
Which is a fancy way of saying they're absolutely crucial to the health and balance of that entire ecosystem.
Oh, I love that term, keystone species. It sounds so powerful, like they are holding the whole ecosystem together.
Yeah.
So tell me more. How do they do it?
Well, their diverse diet is a key part of the equation.
Okay.
Forest elephants are like walking seed dispensers.
Right.
They munch on a huge variety of fruits, leaves, bark, and roots.
Oh.
And as they move through the forest, they spread seeds far and wide through their dung.
So they're literally shaping the forest with their appetites. It's like a giant elephant-powered gardening project.
That's a good way to put it. And it's not just about the seeds either.
Whoa.
Their movements actually create clearings and paths, which allows sunlight to reach the forest floor, promoting the growth of new plants.
So they're the architects of the rainforest.
That's why.
Wow, creating this dynamic and ever-changing landscape. They're not just living in the rainforest. They're essential for its very survival. I'm really starting to see why learning about these elephants is so important. Okay, so we've talked about their size, their tusks, their role in the ecosystem.
Yes.
What about their social lives? Are they as social as their savanna counterparts?
That's where things get even more interesting.
Okay.
Unlike savanna elephants who roam in these large herds,
Right.
forest elephants live in smaller, more fragmented groups,
Really?
usually consisting of fewer than 10 individuals.
Wow. I've always pictured elephants in these massive extended family herds.
Yeah.
What's the reason for the smaller social circles in the forest?
It's all about adapting to their environment.
Okay.
The dense rainforest makes it much harder to move in large groups.
Right.
So they've evolved to live in these tighter-knit family units led by an experienced matriarch.
Oh, the wise matriarch. It's amazing how they've adapted their social structures to suit the challenges of the rainforest.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, smaller groups must mean fewer baby elephants, right?
Well, that brings us to another fascinating aspect of forest elephants.
Okay.
They have an incredibly slow reproductive rate, which makes them even more vulnerable.
Slow reproductive rate?
Yeah,
How slow are we talking? Elephants are pregnant for a long time,
they are.
but forest elephants even more so.
A forest elephant's gestation period is a whopping 22 months.
22 months.
Almost 2 years.
Wow, that's a serious commitment.
Yeah.
No wonder they're considered vulnerable.
Right.
I'm guessing that long pregnancy,
Yeah.
plus smaller family groups, means they are pretty susceptible to threats. Exactly. It takes a long time for their populations to recover from any losses, which is why conservation efforts are so critical.
Okay, so we've learned that these rainforest giants are unique, ecologically vital, and facing some serious challenges.
Yes.
Let's shift gears and talk about those threats. What exactly are the biggest dangers to forest elephants?
Okay.
I'm guessing poaching is a big one.
Sadly, you're right. The illegal ivory trade is a major threat.
Uh-huh.
Poachers target forest elephants for their tusks, even though they're different from savanna elephant tusks.
It's heartbreaking to think that something as beautiful and intricate as an elephant's tusk could be reduced to a commodity on the black market.
Yeah.
Are there other threats that they're facing besides poaching?
Unfortunately, yes. Habitat destruction's a huge problem. As humans continue to clear rainforests for logging, agriculture, and settlements, forest elephants are losing their homes and food sources at an alarming rate.
It's a classic story, isn't it? Humans encroaching on nature, pushing these magnificent creatures to the brink. Yeah. But it sounds like it's not just about losing their homes, it's also about fragmenting their populations.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Fragmentation makes it harder for elephants to find mates, raise their young, and maintain those crucial social bonds we talked about earlier.
Right.
It also increases the likelihood of human-elephant conflict as their habitat shrinks. Forest elephants are more likely to wander into human settlements in search of food, which can lead to crop damage and potential danger for both humans and elephants.
Yeah.
It's a complex and challenging situation.
It sounds like a perfect storm of threats.
Yeah.
Poaching, habitat loss, fragmentation, and conflict with humans.
It is.
It's pretty disheartening. But is there any hope for forest elephants?
Well,
Are there any conservation efforts underway that give us reason for optimism?
yeah, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by all those challenges, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm always inspired by the people who dedicate their lives to actually protecting these animals. What kind of conservation efforts are giving you hope?
Well, there are some incredibly dedicated people working tirelessly to protect these gentle giants. One of the most effective strategies is anti-poaching efforts.
Go.
You know, park rangers are out there on the front lines,
Yeah.
risking their lives every day to stop poachers and protect these animals.
Yeah.
They're true heroes.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
It takes a special kind of courage, you know, to face those dangers day in and day out.
Absolutely.
But I imagine stopping poaching is only part of the solution.
Right.
What about protecting their habitat?
Absolutely. Habitat protection is crucial.
Okay.
Creating and maintaining national parks and reserves like Gabon's Luango National Park is vital for the long-term survival of forest elephants. These protected areas provide safe havens where they can roam freely, raise their young, and thrive without the constant threat of human encroachment.
It's heartening to know that these pockets of wilderness exist where they can actually live in peace.
Yeah.
But managing such large areas, I imagine, must be incredibly challenging. What goes into ensuring that these protected areas are truly effective?
It's a multifaceted effort.
Oh?
Monitoring populations, preventing illegal activities like logging and poaching,
Right.
working closely with local communities are all key components.
Yeah, I imagine community involvement is crucial.
Absolutely.
You know, after all, the people who live near these protected areas are the ones who will ultimately determine their success.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
That's why community-based conservation initiatives are gaining so much momentum.
Okay.
These initiatives recognize that the best solutions often come from the people who know the land and its inhabitants best.
Right.
It's about empowering local communities to manage their own natural resources, providing alternative livelihoods that don't rely on poaching or unsustainable logging, educating people about the importance of elephant conservation.
It sounds like a win-win.
It is.
Protecting the elephants while also supporting the well-being of local communities. That's a powerful approach.
Yeah.
But what about the demand for ivory? Is there any progress being made, like on a global scale, to tackle the illegal ivory trade?
International cooperation is essential.
Okay.
Countries around the world are working together to strengthen law enforcement, increase penalties for traffickers, and most importantly, reduce the demand for ivory products.
I think that's a crucial point, reducing demand.
It is.
You know, we need to change attitudes and behaviors,
Right.
making people realize that ivory is not a luxury item. It's a piece of a living, breathing creature.
Absolutely.
But I know a lot of people feel powerless in the face of such a global issue. Is there anything like individuals like us can do to help?
Yes.
besides, not buying ivory products.
Yeah, absolutely. Supporting organizations like the Wildlife Conservation Society, the World Wildlife Fund, and Save the Elephants is a great way to make a difference.
Okay.
Even a small donation can go a long way in funding anti-poaching patrols, habitat protection, and community outreach programs.
Those are great suggestions. Donating is something tangible we can all do.
Yeah.
But what about beyond financial contributions? Yeah.
How else can we make a difference?
Spreading awareness is incredibly powerful.
Okay.
Talk to your friends and family about forest elephants.
Mm-hmm.
Share information on social media. Educate others about the threats they face and the actions they can take to help.
Right.
The more people who know about the plight of forest elephants, the greater the chance we have of making a real difference.
Knowledge is power.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I think what's been so amazing about this deep dive is how much we've learned about these incredible animals.
Why?
They're not just elephants. They are unique, intelligent beings that play a vital role in their ecosystem.
Yeah.
We've talked about their biology,
Yeah.
their behavior, the threats they face,
Yeah.
the efforts to protect them.
Right.
It's been a real eye-opener.
It's a reminder that the natural world is full of surprises, and the more we learn, the more we realize how much there is still to discover.
Yeah.
And how interconnected we all are.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it makes you realize how much we stand to lose if we don't protect these animals and their incredible rainforest homes.
For sure.
What's been the most surprising thing you've learned about forest elephants?
For me, it's their quiet resilience.
No.
Here's a species facing immense pressure from poaching, habitat loss, human conflict.
Right.
Yet they continue to thrive.
Mm-hmm.
They navigate their world with a grace and wisdom that we can learn so much from.
Yeah.
They remind us that even in the face of adversity, there's strength to be found in connection and family and in a deep understanding of the natural world.
Their quiet resilience is a beautiful thing, isn't it?
It is.
And it's a powerful reminder that even in the densest of forests, hope can still flourish.
Yeah.
It also makes you wonder, what can we learn from them? What
Yeah.
secrets do they hold about adaptation resilience and the
Yeah.
delicate balance of nature?
That's a fascinating question.
Yeah.
And it highlights how much we still have to learn from the natural world.
Right.
Each species has a story to tell,
Yeah.
a lesson to teach.
Yeah. I love that every species has a story to tell.
Yeah.
And as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of forest elephants, I think it's important for our listeners to know where they can go to learn more and maybe even get involved in their conservation.
Yeah.
What resources or organizations would you recommend? So many incredible organizations are dedicating their time and effort to protect forest elephants.
Yeah.
Where would you suggest our listeners start if they want to learn more or even get involved?
Well, there are some fantastic organizations doing amazing work on the ground.
Okay.
The Wildlife Conservation Society, the WCS, the World Wildlife Fund, the WWF,
Okay.
and Save the Elephants are all great places to start.
Okay.
Their websites are treasure troves of information about forest elephants,
Right.
their habitats,
Yeah.
and the threats they face.
Mm-hmm.
They also have ways for people to get involved, whether it's through donating, volunteering, or simply spreading the word.
Those are all excellent resources, and I'm sure a simple search online for, forest elephant conservation will turn up even more.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I have to ask, what is it about forest elephants that personally resonates with you?
Okay.
What makes them so captivating?
For me, it's the profound question their existence poses.
Oh.
What role will we choose to play in their story?
Wow.
Will we be the generation that lets these gentle giants disappear? Or will we be the ones who rally to their side, ensuring that their ancient song continues to echo through the rainforests for generations to come?
Wow.
That's a question each of us must answer.
That's a powerful way to frame it.
Yeah.
It reminds us that we all have a role to play in protecting the natural world, and that our choices have real consequences.
Absolutely.
But it's not just about the weight of responsibility. It's also about the beauty and wonder of these creatures.
Yeah.
What have you found most remarkable about them?
It's their quiet resilience, the way they navigate their world with a grace and wisdom.
Right.
That's humbling.
Yeah.
They are facing immense pressure, yet they continue to thrive.
It's amazing.
It's a testament to their adaptability, their social bonds, and their deep connection to the forest.
Yeah.
They remind us that even in the face of adversity, there's a strength that comes from connection, from family, from a deep understanding of the natural world.